Hello everyone, Happy New Year. We have entered the year 2021 and we are all very excited to welcome this much awaited year. Because of the year 2020, this is exactly how it is with life. We appreciate things more in life when we have been through some difficult seasons. Without the challenges in life, we would not be able to appreciate, or we would never appreciate the things in life as much as we do when we have been through the difficult seasons of life. Overall, 2020 has been a challenging year, but at the same time, it has helped us to appreciate this new year. I'm sure that 2020 has taught us a lot of lessons, and we are all excited to be here because of the year 2020. So let's be grateful for the year 2020 and also be excited about the year 2021. Now, 2021 may not be exactly what we want it to be, but I'm sure that it will be what we need it to be. Just because the calendar has changed does not necessarily mean that things are magically going to transform now. We know that we are still in the midst of the pandemic and it's going to take some time. So there are things that are still out of our control, but that does not mean that we cannot start this new beginning with new perspective. There are still certain things that are within our control. So let's talk about those things today. At this point in time, we can choose to build a fresh perspective. We can choose to open our mind, learn, grow, and not get stuck in the past. We can choose to give more of our resources, our time, our money, or our love. So there are still a lot of things that we can do from our part to see changes in our lives. One thing that we have learned from the year 2020 is that life is very unpredictable and everything around us is very uncertain. And that is the reason why we need to make sure we focus on things that is still within our control. So in this video, I would like to talk about one thing that I have been practicing, which has brought about major shifts in my life. It is about choosing to be grateful for the little moments and the little things in life, and about developing an attitude of gratitude within. From whatever experiences I've had, I can say that when we are grateful, we start to attract more blessings and abundance into our lives. If we can be grateful despite our challenges and the difficult seasons of life, it helps us to get through those seasons without much difficulty. There are a lot of studies which show that grateful people are happier. So having an attitude of gratitude can really come in handy, especially when we're going through the difficult seasons of life. Being grateful is not something that's beyond our control. We can always choose to be grateful, and we can choose to reprogram our brain and body with the help of gratitude. Gratitude is an emotion which doesn't always come easy like other emotions. So therefore, we have to be really intentional about practicing gratitude. And when we become more mindful and we start to be grateful for the little things in life, after a certain point, you're so used to being grateful that you'll be grateful for every little thing in your life. And that is when you'll start to see the difference in your life. So as we're starting a brand new year, it is a good time to start the year with gratitude. It's very simple yet life-changing if we allow it to. When we are grateful in life, we start to develop an abundant mindset. And when we have an abundant mindset, we start to repel any kind of negativity from our lives. When we don't surround ourselves with negativity, we seem to be happier and the quality of our lives start to improve. Yes, there are a lot of things that's still not right in the world, and we are still in the midst of a pandemic. I'm not suggesting that you completely ignore those things and the challenges that you are facing in your life. But what I'm trying to say is that you can start by spending few moments in your day to focus on what is right in your life at this point in time. When we start to focus on the good, the bad starts to diminish. And the more we focus on good, the more good in our life will start to emerge. And therefore, it's very important for us to focus on the good aspects of life. For me, it is small things like when I open my curtain in the morning and I see the daylight and the sun shining over us, I'm grateful for that. When I sit with my cup of tea and when I take the first sip of my tea, I'm grateful that I get to drink that tea. So there are these small moments in my day-to-day life. I try and be very intentional about pausing for a while and being grateful. And in that moment, I can feel that deep sense of peace and satisfaction deep within me. That is what I want you to feel as well, because when you are in that state of mind, you do not have time to think about other things, and you don't worry much at that point. So it's very important for us to have that moment in our day. Being grateful has also taught me to be more present. The problem with us is that we are constantly thinking about either our past or the future, and that is what brings in so much of worry, and a lot of unnecessary thoughts come to our minds which may or may not happen. So therefore, it's very important for us to focus on the now and focus on what we are doing at this point, or at this moment in our life. If you can learn to be more present, you will see that your quality of life will improve drastically. When you start to do this, when you start to be more grateful, and when you start to be more present, you will start attracting more blessings in your life. As I said earlier, we should be talking more about our blessings and not our challenges. The problem again is that we spend so much of our time in talking about our challenges that we stop focusing on what blessings we already have in our lives. And that is where the problem is. When we are in that state, our challenges seem so much bigger than it actually is, and our blessings look so much smaller than it actually is. But when we start to be more present, when we start to be more grateful, we will see our blessings for what it actually is and our challenges for what it actually is. And if you really get to that state, you will see that your blessings are so much more bigger than your challenges. We don't need big things or big moments in our life to be grateful. We can be grateful for the little moments and the little things, because these little moments and little things in our day-to-day lives, in a bigger picture, makes a huge difference to the overall quality of our lives. I hope I'm able to explain this, but then because it's a feeling that you feel deep within, it's not very easy to express. No matter how much I try and explain this, it may not come out exactly like the way I feel. The sense of peace and the satisfaction I get from life is so much more than how I'm expressing, because it's very difficult to express exactly the way I feel it. All I can say, it's just beautiful. There are a lot of scientific evidences as well to back up the fact that happiness and gratitude increases our productivity. When we are grateful, we are happier. And when we are happier, we become more productive. And if you want to know more on this, you'll find a lot of papers. You can do your own research and see for yourself. So as you start this journey of being grateful, you will start to look at everything from a very different perspective. Every situation in your life, you will start to look from a very different lens, and that is going to make all the difference. For me, when I started to be more intentional about being grateful and having an abundant mindset, I started to see how I needed everything that went wrong in my life to go that way in order for me to get to where I am today or where I'm headed. Because we all need to break a little so that we are open to receiving. Once you reach that state in your life, you will see that from that point on, everything that has happened to you or everything that will happen to you will start making perfect sense. You'll start to realize that nothing in life happens by accident, but they happen for your good. So if you are interested, I would highly recommend you to start by maintaining a journal for yourself, a gratitude journal. And in this journal, you can start noting down the little things that you're grateful for in your day-to-day life. I also have a journal, and every time I find these little things that I'm grateful for, I note those things in my journal. Anytime I need to go back and revisit these points, I go back and see. And when I go back and revisit these pages, it makes me realize that there are so many things that I'm grateful for in my life. And you have to understand that as you start to maintain a journal, there are going to be days when you will feel like there's nothing that you can be grateful for in that particular moment or in that particular day. It's totally okay for you not to feel good at times, but just go back and revisit your journal and see what you have written in the past. What were the moments that you're grateful for? That will help you to revisit everything in your life or every blessings in your life that you can be grateful for. Once you are in that state of mind, you will also start to let go of everything that does not align with the purpose of your life. So let this year bring you a lot of joy, happiness, and good health. May you learn to be grateful, and if you can do that, you will see major shifts taking place in your life. So I'm very excited to start this year. I'm sure that we will see a lot of good things this year. And in order for us to know or remember those good things, we have to keep a record. We cannot trust our minds at times to remember all those things. So therefore, I hope you will be recording everything or every moment that you're grateful for. And I hope you will be with me throughout this year as I make videos and upload videos for you all. And as I always say, I'm very grateful for your presence here. This is one reason that every time, whenever I don't feel as good or whenever I feel that I have nothing to be grateful for, I always think about you all, and I remember that you show up and you watch my videos, you comment on my videos, you like my videos or dislike my videos, but whatever you do, you are here. And I'm very grateful for that. I never take that for granted. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart when I say this, that I'm truly, truly, truly grateful for your presence here. So thank you and Happy New Year. I hope that you get to live a beautiful life. I will see you all in my next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.